The story of cars. From steam wagons to the electric age, the automobile is more than a machine. It is a mirror of human progress. From its earliest days when smoke and steam powered clunky contraptions to today's sleek, silent electric vehicles, the car has defined how people live, work, and dream. Each era has produced icons, vehicles that captured the spirit of their time and reshaped the road ahead. Chapter 1. The Pioneering Years, 1890s to 1910s. The story begins in the 1890s, when inventors across Europe and America experimented with horseless carriages. In 1893, Charles and Frank Duryea built one of America's first gasoline cars, and by 1895 they had founded the Duryea Motor Wagon Company, the nation's first car manufacturer. Primitive and slow, the Duryea was nonetheless a spark that lit a global fire. That fire roared in 1908 with the arrival of the Ford Model T. Henry Ford's vision was simple, but revolutionary: a car for the common man. Built on an assembly line the first of its kind, the Model T dropped in price each year, eventually selling for as little as $260. Suddenly, mobility wasn't a luxury. It was a birthright. By 1927, more than 15 million Model Ts had been sold, and America was on wheels. Not all pioneers chased mass appeal. In 1915, the Cadillac V8 made history as the first mass-produced V8 engine car. Its smooth power delivery and luxury features set new standards for refinement, cementing Cadillac as the standard of the world. Cars were no longer just transportation, they were status symbols. Chapter 2. The Roaring Twenties and the Great Depression, 1920s to 1930s. The 1920s brought style and swagger to the automobile. Few cars captured the decade better than the Duesenberg Model J, 1928, a rolling masterpiece of engineering and elegance. With 265 horsepower, unheard of at the time and hand-built luxury, the Duesenberg became synonymous with wealth and celebrity. To its a Ducey entered the American vocabulary as shorthand for excellence. Yet as the Great Depression struck, extravagance gave way to practicality. In 1938, Volkswagen introduced the Beetle, commissioned by Ferdinand Porsche as the people's car. Cheap, simple, and efficient, the Beetle eventually became the best-selling car in history, adored worldwide for its durability and charm. Chapter 3. Post-war boom and muscle, 1940s to 1960s. After World War II, optimism returned and so did horsepower. In 1949, the Cadillac Coupe de Ville helped define post-war luxury, while in 1953, the Chevrolet Corvette brought America its first true sports car. Fiberglass-bodied, sleek, and daring, the Corvette proved Detroit could do performance as well as anyone. Then came the 1960s, the age of the muscle car. In 1964, the Ford Mustang debuted, combining affordability, style, and performance. It was an instant hit, selling over 400,000 units in its first year. Competitors followed from the Pontiac GTO to the Chevrolet Camaro, igniting a horsepower war that defined the decade. The car was no longer just a tool, it was a cultural icon. Chapter 4. Oil Shocks and Efficiency, 1970s. The 1970s brought change. Rising fuel prices and new emissions laws forced automakers to adapt. The once mighty muscle cars grew weaker, their engines strangled by regulations. Meanwhile, Japanese automakers seized the moment. In 1973, the Honda Civic arrived in America. Small, reliable, and fuel-efficient, it was everything Detroit's gas guzzlers were not. Alongside it, the Toyota Corolla cemented Japan's reputation for bulletproof reliability. Cars were no longer just about speed and style. They had to be smart, efficient, and dependable. Yet innovation persisted. In 1975, Mercedes-Benz introduced the S-Class W116, the world's first production car with ABS brakes and crumple zones. Safety joined efficiency as a defining theme of the decade. Chapter 5. Innovation and Luxury, 1980s. The 1980s ushered in a new balance between performance and sophistication. In 1984, Chrysler shocked the market with the minivan, launching the Dodge Caravan and Plymouth Voyager. Practical, versatile, and family-friendly, the minivan reshaped suburban America. Luxury also evolved. The BMW 3 Series rose to prominence, blending sporty handling with refined comfort. By the late 1980s, BMW had established itself as the gold standard for premium sports sedans. But performance wasn't gone. In 1984, Ferrari launched the 288 GO, a homologation special that became the first true supercar. Exotic styling, turbocharged power, and limited production made it legendary. Performance was no longer about brute force, it was about precision and engineering. Chapter 6. The Global Era, 1990 to 2009. The 1990s marked the globalization of the car. Japan, Germany, America, and Korea all competed fiercely, and technology reshaped the landscape. In 1989, Mazda rekindled the joy of simple driving with the MX-5 Miata, A lightweight roadster that echoed classic British sports cars but with Japanese reliability. Affordable and fun, it became the world's best-selling sports car. Meanwhile, Japan also delivered giants like the Toyota Supra Mk4, 1993, famed for its indestructible 2JZ engine and tuning potential. Alongside it, the Acura NSX, 1990, stunned the world by offering Ferrari-like performance with Honda reliability, even earning input from F1 champion Ayrton Senna. America countered with a Dodge Viper, 1992, a raw 8.0-liter V10 beast with no electronic aids, just raw speed and danger. Europe, too, evolved, with the BMW E36, E463 series setting new benchmarks for sporty sedans. But perhaps the most important car of the era was the Toyota Prius, 1997. The first mass-produced hybrid, it proved efficiency could be cool, embraced by eco-conscious drivers and Hollywood alike. At the same time, Korea's Hyundai Sonata emerged as a sign of things to come. Stylish, affordable, and backed by long warranties, it pushed Hyundai into the global mainstream. Chapter 7. The Electric Age, 2010 to present. The 2010s brought the boldest shift yet, the rise of the electric car. In 2010, Nissan launched the Leaf, the world's first affordable, mass-market EV. Modest but groundbreaking, it introduced millions to electric driving. 6 years later, GM followed with the Chevrolet Bolt EV, delivering over 200 miles of range at a middle-class price. But it was Tesla that redefined the future. The Model S 2012 proved EVs could be fast, luxurious, and practical, with over-the-air updates and record-shattering acceleration. It wasn't just a car. It was a tech revolution on wheels. Others soon joined the charge. The Porsche Taycan brought sports car thrills to electrification. The Ford F-150 Lightning electrified America's most popular truck, and startups like Lucid and Rivian pushed the boundaries of luxury and adventure. Today, nearly every automaker has pledged to go electric within the coming decades. Cars are becoming cleaner, smarter, and more connected, sometimes even capable of driving themselves. Epilogue. A journey still unfolding. From the rattling Duria motor wagon to the silent Tesla Model S, the car has traveled a long road. Each generation has redefined what driving means, reflecting the values and challenges of its time. Freedom, speed, status, efficiency, sustainability, the car has carried them all. And yet, the story is far from over. As the world enters the electric age, with new technologies reshaping mobility itself, one thing is certain: the automobile will continue to evolve, carrying humanity into whatever future awaits.